Please tell me you're all right. I'm sorry I didn't respond earlier. I just got your texts. I'm fine. The doctor said it was just a broken leg and I had nothing to worry about. She said it so casually, too, like it isn't going to cost me thousands of dollars to cover all expenses. How is this fair? I'm the victim here. Am I supposed to get insurance for every conceivable threat? Wait, isn't the driver who hit you the one who's supposed to pay your medical bills? Why are you paying them? It's because they couldn't identify the jerk. They just drove off as I lay there. You called the police, right? What did they say? Well, they said they'd try their best, but I probably shouldn't get my hopes up since they have no leads. How is that possible? Were there no cameras around? I think there was a camera or two, but none of them were facing that way. Plus, it was around 1:45 a.m., so it was pretty dark outside. Do you think the landlord would consider installing a few more cameras if I asked? It's worth a shot. Also, what were you doing out and about at 1:45 a.m.? That sounds super unsafe. I was on my way back from a job interview. The building's pretty far away, and on top of that, I missed the bus and had to wait for the next one. A job interview? I thought you decided to take a break after you were forced to leave your old job due to burnout. Why didn't you let us know? I've had enough rest, and I didn't want to say anything in case it went horribly wrong. You know I struggle with face-to-face interviews. So, how did it go? It could have gone better. The woman who was supposed to interview me was late, and when she did show up, she said we had to reschedule because something urgent had come up. Did you agree to reschedule? Yes, I did. I had no other choice. Where else am I going to find a job that'll pay me $15 an hour to arrange flowers? Flowers? Wait, what position were you interviewing for? I applied to be a floral assistant. Remember when I used to work part-time at our local florist shop? I thought it'd be a similar experience, but it's a lot more labor-intensive than I expected. Though the shop itself is really lovely, so much so that I don't even mind the long commute. Labor-intensive? So you won't just be arranging flowers? No, there's actually a long list of responsibilities I'd have to take on. I don't know why I'm talking as though I've already been hired. I'm not even sure I can make it to the rescheduled interview with my cast. Ugh, this is so inconvenient. You could always ask Dad to drive you there. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Teresa, I can't just ask him to miss work for me. I moved to the city to help you guys out. I'm an adult and I'll take care of this myself. How could you possibly deal with all this alone? It's not just the job interview either. You said the medical bills would be in the thousands. I don't know, maybe I'll get a loan and pay it off once I've got the job? Well, at least agree to let Dad drive you to the interview. All right, I'll think about it. Will you be staying at the hospital for a few more days? I can't just stay here and continue racking up bills. The doctor said I'll be free to go home tomorrow evening. Got it. It's already pretty late today, so we'll drive there first thing in the morning tomorrow. Before you say anything, I'd like to remind you that tomorrow's Saturday. I know, thanks. I'll call you in a bit and we can discuss the details. Sure. Teresa, are you awake? Something really strange happened. A nurse came in and said someone had paid off my medical bills. She said I could stay at the hospital for a week or two to rest and recover. What? Who? When? I couldn't believe it either. Apparently some rich guy was getting a checkup when he overheard us talking on the phone earlier. I guess this is what they mean when they talk about random acts of kindness. I'm so relieved. He did it out of the kindness of his heart? Wow, I've always heard stories of those good Samaritans, but to have one help us out? That's incredible. We should thank him somehow. I've already asked the nurse to tell him I was very grateful if she ever comes across him again. But even if he doesn't come back, I'm sure deep down he'll know we're thankful. You know, sometimes people just want to do good for the sake of doing good. This is so exciting. I'm going to wake up Mom and Dad. Teresa, no. Let them sleep. They're probably exhausted. I'll tell them tomorrow. Okay, sorry. I'll be quiet. So you're going to stay there for a while? I suppose. I'd find it difficult to walk around with crutches in my tiny apartment, and I already felt bad for asking Mom to stay for a few days to help out once I went back home. It'll be easier if I stay here for a bit longer. All right, as you wish. For now, just try to rest up. I will. Good night. Good night. Did you get home safe? We did. How are you doing? Did anything change since we left? Something did happen, but I wouldn't exactly call it a change. What do you mean? Someone sent me a fancy flower bouquet with a get well soon card. It must have been the mysterious man who paid off the bills. I think so too. He had it delivered to my room. Now I'm curious to know who he is. Oh, maybe he saw you and thought it was love at first sight. That's why he paid so much money. Oh God, I hope not. What? Why not? He could be your Prince Charming. My what? I'd be absolutely appalled if he really did all this just because he was expecting something in return. I was too agitated yesterday night, but thinking about it now, I really do have to make sure he's not some creep. But wouldn't he try to contact you first if he was really up to no good? I'm not taking any chances. I have to find out his contact information to repay the money anyway. Repay it? But why? He gave it to you willingly out of kindness. We don't know that for sure. Besides, I don't like being indebted to others. Once I get a job, I'll pay him back. You won't let me talk you out of this, will you? No, sorry. I'll ask the nurse to accompany him here the next time she sees him so that I can thank him in person. I don't know. What if he gets angry you doubted his intentions and takes the money back? Well, I don't think you can demand medical bills back, can you? I'm not sure. If he demands that I pay the money back, I'll go back to looking for a loan. Oh, okay. Ryan? Hello, this is Susan, the patient you helped out. I'm so sorry to text you out of the blue. The nurse said you gave her this number for me to contact. I just wanted to thank you for your help. It's been truly invaluable to me. I promise I'll pay back the money as soon as I can.
Hello, Susan. I'm glad to see that you're doing well. Please, don't worry about paying me back. I just saw someone in need and wanted to help out. I earnestly hope you don't get the wrong idea. I expect nothing in return.
Oh, but it still doesn't feel right. I'll only feel worse if you prevent me from repaying you.
Please, consider it a gift.
A gift? For what?
For being a considerate daughter and sister. I couldn't help but overhear you talking to your family members on the phone when I was waiting for my appointment. I was reminded of my own parents and how hard they worked to amass their fortune. I probably would have spent that money on a few expensive suits or a luxury watch. Trust me, I feel much better knowing it's being put to good use. Once again, I'm asking you to accept the gift.
Well, if you don't care about the money, perhaps I could repay you in another way. For example, I could help you design a nice gift for someone, maybe a bouquet or a custom gift basket or perhaps even some jewelry. I have experience working with all of these. If you find some free time, you can visit and we can come up with ideas.
That sounds wonderful. I wouldn't mind designing a custom gift for my beloved. I don't think I'll manage to come in today, though. I'll let you know when I'm free.
All right, well, you know where to find me. Teresa, he's going to come here. I'm finally going to meet him. The mystery guy? I thought you weren't interested in him. Well, I'm interested in seeing his face. I don't even know his last name. I have to know who's behind all this in case something does go wrong. But you have his phone number. Anyone could be hiding on the other side of the screen. Seeing him in person will help put my mind at ease. Plus, doing it here at the hospital with nurses' supervision feels much safer. Did he say why he helped you? He said he did it out of kindness and because he overheard me talking to my family on the phone, but I don't know if he was telling the truth. I guess we'll see what he's up to in a few days. Oh, once you get his name, you should take his picture so that I can look him up online. I'm pretty sure he'll notice me pointing my phone at him. Not if you follow these instructions. Check out these links. Teresa, where did you even find these? I Googled it and these came up. You know what? Once he tells me his name, I'll look him up myself. It'll be easier and less suspicious that way. But I'm so good at identifying people. Have you already forgotten who taught you how to use the reverse image search feature when it first came out? I'm not so bad at this myself. Trust me, we'll get to the bottom of this. All right, let's do this.
I wanted to express my gratitude once more. The bouquet turned out absolutely amazing.
I'm happy to hear that. It's nothing much, but I'm glad I was able to do something for you in return.
Do you create these designs professionally? You did mention you had experience working on them.
You could say that. I mean, I don't have a degree, but I do have some work experience to my name.
Well, I don't think a college degree is a necessity when it comes to these things. I've worked with plenty of professional designers, and your designs are still much more appealing to my eyes. Could you help me design some gift baskets for my clients? Of course, you'll be handsomely compensated for your work.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm not sure I could handle the responsibility. I don't want them to turn out subpar compared to the professionals' work.
I'm sure they'll look great. I guess I never mentioned what I did for work. I'm a partner at a law firm. You'd have to tailor the gifts to our clientele. We could discuss the details in person. Does tomorrow evening work for you?
I suppose.
Fantastic. How about we do $300 per basket?
As in, each basket will contain $300 worth of gifts?
Oh, no, that's what you'll be getting paid.
I can't possibly accept that. It'll only take me an hour or two to come up with personalized designs based on your notes. $300 is far too much.
Please accept it, I insist. These rates are perfectly normal in our company.
Are they really?
They are. I promise it's the standard here.
Well, in that case, I suppose it's fine.
Great. See you tomorrow.
So you finally got to meet him? What's he like? Well, he is definitely older than I am. He's either in his late 30s or early 40s, but he looked very polished and put together. You could tell he spent a lot on his clothes and accessories. I feel like I was looking at a character straight out of some TV show about lawyers. Oh, by the way, he said he was a lawyer. That's amazing. Was he wearing a wedding ring? What? What? I'm just asking. I don't think so. I told you, he must be interested in you. And, well, a 18-year age gap is a lot, but at least he isn't old enough to be your father, right? Do you know how many 14 to 18-year-olds are fathers these days? Where do you even get these ideas from? A 17-year-old shouldn't be rooting for huge age gap romances. Come on, Susan, I'm almost 18. I'm practically an adult. And don't say you haven't thought about it. Did he give you any hints that he might like you? No, not at all. He just asked me to design some gift baskets for his clients. He said he'd pay me $300 per basket. He said he'd come tomorrow to discuss the details. That's huge! He's clearly trying to spend more time with you. He took 2 days to visit initially, right? Then he saw you, and now he's all over you. That's enough, Teresa. He had me create a flower arrangement for his beloved. He probably just chooses not to wear his wedding ring. Because he's cheating? Not necessarily. Rings can be pretty scary, especially when you have to wear them for extended periods of time. There are so many stories of them getting stuck. I'm sure a lot of people have lost or injured their fingers because of them. Well, there's only one way to find out for sure. I'm not asking him if he's married. No, not that. Remember, you were going to look for him online. It should be easier if he's a big shot lawyer, right? Right. I'll get his last name tomorrow and look him up. I think I found him. So is he really who he claims to be? I guess so. Ryan D. Jones, managing partner at a law firm, Jones, Sterling and Partners, LLC. He's 47, married with 2 kids. 47? Well, sorry, he looks young for his age. How was I supposed to guess his exact age? And he's married. With 2 kids. He could still be looking for an affair. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying that being married and older than you initially thought doesn't absolve him from suspicion. I know, but he really doesn't act all that suspiciously in person, nor has he attempted to cross any boundaries. The only strange thing about him is the fact that he insists on giving me money. I designed 5 gift baskets today, and he just transferred $1,500 to my bank account just like that. I want to confront him, but I'm not even sure what I'd tell him. Well, if he doesn't do anything to make you feel uncomfortable, why won't you just wait and see how long he keeps this going? What if I don't feel comfortable taking money from him like this? Somehow it just feels wrong to take something I haven't earned. But we need the money. I know. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I'll be upfront with him and ask him what his deal is. Don't be too rude about it. Rude? Me? Never. Good afternoon, Mr. Jones.
Is everything all right?
No, unfortunately not. I'm afraid I'll have to stop designing the gift baskets.
Why is that? Is the pay not good enough? Because I could increase it.
No, the pay is good. In fact, it's too good. I had a look at the hourly rates at your firm, and so far I haven't seen a single person getting paid $150 per hour to work on designs of any sort. I'm sure it could just be a private thing you do, but I don't feel comfortable taking any more money from you. I should probably return this $1,500 too.
Why would you do that? You earned that money. Please, feel free to keep it. Listen, Susan, I know this whole thing looks strange, but I promise I mean well. I'd love to explain everything to you, but I have my reasons for keeping silent.
I couldn't possibly ask you to trust me. We've only known each other for a few days. If you don't feel comfortable telling me, then please, let's just part quietly. I'll repay you little by little.
Please, don't. If you return the money, my conscience will never be clear.
I don't understand.
I did something incredibly foolish. That night, I was driving Oliver home from his cousin's birthday party. The roads looked empty, and I knew there were no traffic cameras around the area, so when he asked me to give him a driving lesson, I thought, why not? I was just trying to adjust his seatbelt. I looked away for a few seconds.
Are you saying your son's the one who's responsible for the hit and run?
He's only 13. I am the one who was responsible for monitoring him. I should have been more vigilant. It's all my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sure you can see why I had to keep our identities hidden. You know word travels quickly around here.
I see.
I was hesitant to reveal the truth, but from the brief time we've spent together, I can tell that you're an upright, sensible young woman who wouldn't try to drag innocent people's names through the mud over petty revenge, or attempt to extort them for her benefit. I'd feel awful if you felt like you needed to return the money that belongs to you and that would have been awarded to you if we'd gone to court. Listen, Susan, if you have any more health issues due to the car accident, mental or physical, just let me know and I'll send you the money. No questions asked.
All right, I suppose that's fair.
I am truly very sorry.
I'm still not sure how much of Mr. Jones's story was true. I had countless theories, but at the end of the day, all that mattered was that my medical bills had been fully paid off. I even got to keep the $1,500. I made a full recovery in a few weeks' time. I got the landlord to install a few more surveillance cameras, and I started working as a florist at a nearby store. In a few years, I landed a well-paying job as a lead corporate account florist. Teresa went to community college for a semester, but dropped out to become a software developer. I don't think she'll ever let me forget the fact that I turned down further financial aid from Mr. Jones. To this day, whenever we're short on money, she keeps joking that I should give him a call and demand that he pays up. How ludicrous is that?